Hey everyone, it's me Johnny Cage here. Welcome back to the Dark Souls Remastered full playthrough walkthrough. I guess this is probably, part 22 at this stage? I'm almost positive it's 22. Part 23, wow, damn, been at this a while. Part 23, we're going to take down Black Dragon Kalameet. We got the crest key from Ulasil Township in the previous section of the walkthrough, so if you have not found that already, it is hidden in a room that requires a light, either the skull lantern or the sunlight maggot. It's hidden behind a wall on a chest, but check my walkthrough from the previous section. I'll link it in the description below, and I'll also put a timestamp in that video to show you where it is. But you need the crest key in order to fight Black Dragon Kalameet. I don't want to say the real way, because there's another way to kill it, which actually is pretty sick and gives you some more lore, but I am not that good, and I don't have the proper build for it. Anyway, if you've never joined me for these walkthroughs, this is a Let's Play style walkthrough, so I'm recording as I talk and as I play. I'll edit out any deaths, unless they're really quick to recover from, like if I die near a bonfire or something. But I'll also clean up the background noise, but you may hear a little bit. You may hear my dog every once in a while. So starting off, I'll show you my stats. Currently level 87, 34 vitality, 34 endurance, 20 strength, and 40 dex. My weapon of choice is a Yuji Katana plus 15. I no longer need the silver pendant. I have the crest shield and the gold hem set, the wolf ring, and the ring of steel protection. So we are going to actually warp to Ulasil Township. Although I am praying to God that we don't get invaded as soon as we show up there. But now that we have the crest key, we can open a door that was previously locked. And this door houses Hawkeye Gough, or Gough, I can't remember how you pronounce it. But he is up here, and again, you need the crest key, so if you haven't already gotten that, it is hidden in Ulasil Township. But check out the previous section of the walkthrough for where that's located. Coming up the stairs is a treasure back here. I think this is just moss and sold a hero. And then there is a tower right here. And this tower is basically right across from the shortcut elevator in the Royal Wood. And if you listen closely, you will be able to hear somebody, sounds like they're using a knife or some sort of sword, and it's Hawkeye Gough making the carvings. So using the crest key, we can open this door and then head up this ladder. And then let's talk to Gough and see what he has to say for himself.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorias. An old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid. If thou seekest to explore this domain, be wary of a black dragon. I fear thee no match for this terrible beast. There's very little to be said. What good is a dog with no hares to hunt? But I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose.
Okay, so that's Gough, and he sells the hello carving, the thank you carving, so let's go ahead and buy those. They're very cheap. He sells Titanite shards, large shards, green Titanite shards, and then Gough's great arrow. You will also notice that behind Gough is a huge bow and arrow. Upon, first visit, he doesn't seem that useful. But what we're going to do now is we're going to attempt to challenge Kalameet. And there is a way to kill the boss. Like I said, there is a way to kill it in a regular state without the help of Hawkeye Gough. That said, however, it is quite difficult and requires a really heavy strength build, and you have to use a Greatbow to do it. And if you're able to do that, great. Feel free to look on YouTube. There are plenty of tutorials on how to do it. I've never actually done it, because I kind of don't like strength builds personally. But there is a way to do it, and you can kill him that way. But I'm going to show you the regular way to do it. So we're going to come down here, back into the Royal Wood, and then we're now going to go down this ramp. And I picked up this treasure in the Royal Wood walkthrough, so there will be a treasure on that. And I guess we'll clear this out now. You got to be careful, because there are several dogs in this area, and they blend into the environment really well. So you gotta really watch your surroundings here. So these dogs are less meaty than the ones down in the Undead Burg. Come back here. Loot this for a large soul of a brave warrior. Okay. And then now we're just going to follow this river. And this river should look somewhat familiar to you, because this is the river in Darkroot Garden, or Darkroot Basin, I guess, that leads you to the Hydra. So, once again, it's just sort of a... It's Darkroot in the past is Ulasil. I think there's one more dog. No? Yep, there they are. They blend in, so it's always hard to remember. Another one over there as well. Behind the logs. Wonder who's cutting down these logs. Oh! Okay. So that's all the dogs. And then this will normally be a fog wall, but we have to encounter Kalameet at least once. So before you take the big ladder down... Oh boy, there he goes. There's Kalameet. You can drop down here, kill this crystal lizard, get some treasure, and then what we are going to do is we are going to deliberately die to Kalameet. You can basically stand, if you have that heavy strength build, you can stand all the way back there near the waterfall with Havel's armor on and the Greatbow, and just sort of pepper Kalameet with great arrows as he flies around. But for now, we are just going to die to his flame breath, because that's what happens. You basically need to be able to survive that while also attacking him. Dying to Gough is perfectly fine, because now, or dying to Kalameet is perfectly fine, because now that we've done that, Hawkeye Gough will have some more to say to us. So we just got to warp back to Ulasil Township really fast. I'm going to rest at that bonfire, just to make that our save point. Alright. So let's go ahead and talk to Gough, and then he will have some more to say to us. It's funny that this is the way to do it. I'm not... I can't remember like why I thought to do this the first time. I think what wound up happening was I encountered Kalameet before, or like right after doing Artorias, or probably even before doing Artorias, and died to him, and then wound up talking to Gough, and then this dialogue happened. But this is sort of the intended... Oh, forgot you can close that door. This is sort of the intended method here, is to die to him, you know, and then go back and talk to him. So here we go.
Tomorrow, is the black dragon posing the duress? Yes, I thought as much. He's called Kalameet. Ferocious dragon indeed, even mighty Anna Londa dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but thy intent is to persevere to the bitter end. Good, good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorias. Now, watch, and see how Gough hunts dragons. Yes. A truer shot was never loosed. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. I await good tidings. Ah, dragon slaying. Knighthood's highest calling.
Okay, so now that Kalameet has been grounded, we can finally fight it. Unfortunately, this doesn't mean we have to go kill the dogs and everything again, but it is what it is. And if you are human, there's a chance that you will get invaded before you can even leave Ulusil Township. The invasions here happen so fast, it's pretty crazy. In the previous section of the walkthrough, I got invaded by Dark Spirit COVID, and I won, so I guess I have vaccinated Ulusil Township, which is pretty nice. Very topical invasion there. I mean, if somebody were to watch this guide in 5 years, they, like, oh yeah, that was a time, COVID. Okay, anyway, back into the Royal Wood. We don't have to kill the dogs that were, sort of behind us here on this hill, so we don't have to bother doing that. So we can just keep on running, but we will have some dogs to face, so make sure you're being careful. Here's one. I always forget that dogs stack bleed. I wonder why that is. Like, I wonder who decided that property. Gonna be a couple more here, one on the right. And then another one here. Black Dragon Kalameet, in my opinion, is probably the best dragon fight in all of Dark Souls history. All 3 games, Demon Souls included. It's like one of the only fully one-on-one fights, and I like the way they contextualize the fact that you can only fight this thing because a blind giant shot one of its wings and it can no longer fly. So, pretty sick. The way it works is it has a lot of attacks. One, he will just fly towards you and sort of sweep over your head, and then its talons and head can hit you. It does have a tail swing, or a tail swipe, so we're going to try to cut off its tail for the Obsidian Greatsword. It's a really cool sword with a really nice AoE effect. It has a couple of claw swipes that you got to watch out for, and then it has a telekinetic grab, where it sort of goes up on its haunches and then just sort of stares down, and if you're in this weird little radius, you can get grabbed. And I want to check something really quick, because it has this other move where it sort of brands you. And telekinesis hits up on back's legs, misses telekinetic field in front of him. Okay. So you can also get, with that telekinesis, if you don't manage to get grabbed, it will also put a brand on you. And that brand has the same effect as the Calamity Ring. You will take double damage while that mark is on you. So you got to be very, very careful. It has several breath attacks. There is an especially deadly one where Kalameet flies straight up in the air and then breathes down on you, sort of like it did when it killed us. So when that's happening, we got to run away. And it also has sort of like a sweeping breath attack where it goes, I think, from left to right. And that's actually our opportunity to sort of get in its face and start fighting it. Okay, so here we go. Let us fight Black Dragon Kalameet. Me and my friends say it that way. That's why you will always hear me say his name like that. It's a very dumb inside joke with Long Island Dark Souls players. Recovering from a death. My first one was because I didn't repair my weapon and it broke mid-fight, so make sure you repair your weapon before you fight this boss. My controller has a mark on it. And my second one was from a funny combo that I'll show you. But I did manage to cut his tail and get the sword. That said, though, oh man, I was Gravelorded before. I'm actually Gravelorded now. This is pretty sick. His tail does regenerate on successive attempts, so I'm going to show you how to cut it again, but I will not be getting the sword this time because I already have it. So what you want to do is you want to just try to get behind him and bait out a tail slam attack, and that will sort of be your best bet. That said, he pivots really fast, so it's kind of hard to get him to do that attack. When he sort of glides away like that really quick, he will always, or I'd say like 99% of the time, he will follow it up with a... Oh god, that head attack sucks. He will follow it up with a sweeping breath. Yeah, he's going to do it again, right here. So you can just run away from that. If you're close to him, you can just roll to the right and you'll roll through the smoke, but sometimes, you got to be really, really quick with it. Yes, tail slam. Ugh. I need like one more of those. You want to try to hit the tip of his tail. That'll cause the tail cut to happen. You want to try to get as close to the end of the tail as possible, like with all bosses that have tail cuts. You can deal some damage to him beforehand. Cutting the tail is going to deal massive damage, so you don't have to do too much. That's the grab. You want to avoid that, obviously. I'm going to try to drink. Probably take some more damage here. Ooh, yeah, that 360 attack, bro. That's some sick attack. I like that one a lot. Try to drink again. And probably head snap me. Oh, he's going to do the big breath. There you go, Kalameet. Hit him in the head a couple times. Oh, come on. I don't believe that. Where am I? Alright, so this attack you can also stand right here and attack his tail for a bit. Yeah, I'm going to block that, buddy. Oh, God. I might die here. He's probably going to fly towards me. Oh, good. Double pump. Big breath, big breath. Hit him in the head a couple times. Try to get behind for another tail slam. Man, he pivots so quickly. If you get... There we go. There's the tail cut. So he thrashes around for a bit, which is sad, but very nice animation. If you get hit by that grab, you will have the Mark of Calamity placed on you for a little bit, and that means that you take double damage. So you want to not have that happen. If you do get grabbed, though, a little tip, you can mash L1 and R1 while grabbed in Dark Souls 1, and that will reduce the damage. It's a weird little hidden mechanic. I don't think it's ever actually been... Whoa. I don't think it's ever actually been carried over into the other Souls games. It's something... Ow, shit. It's something I still do, even though I know it's probably not going to work in the other Souls games. It's something that I still do. But in Dark Souls 1, it does reduce grab damage. So, keep that in mind. And we're almost done here. Yeah, I had a feeling that attack was coming. He was due for a thrashing. Alright. Only a couple more hits and he'll go down, as long as I don't mess up like last time and die. He didn't have much health last time, before I died. Yeah. Alright, that is Black Dragon Kalameet. You should have the Obsidian Greatsword. And now you're going to get a whole bunch of souls from him. I think it's like 60,000 or 70,000. It's a lot. You get the Calamity Ring as well. Where are those souls, buddy? 60,000. Okay. So you get the Calamity Ring, which causes you to take double damage. So if you ever want to do like a silly challenge playthrough, just equip the Calamity Ring. It's like, I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but you can. There's a chest back here. Has a Titanite slab, which is always nice. And then there are a few corpses around this area. And these corpses just have some treasure on them. I think a lot of them are actually Gough's Great Arrows. Maybe one of them is. Some of them are souls. I feel like there's a Homeward Bone down here, maybe. There's one down there in the distance. But this basically marks the end of the DLC if you've killed Manus at this point. This is it. It's 4 bosses, 3 pretty cool areas. Woolseel Township, Chasm of the Abyss, and Royal Wood. No I hiccups. Yeah, so it's, yeah, Gough's Great Arrows. Okay, so let's go ahead and Homeward Bone our way out of here, because I'm not... I'm not about to climb up that ladder the long way. It said we got Gravelorded before, but I don't really know. I did see the sign. The sign was here before, but I don't think I'm Gravelorded anymore. I always thought that you couldn't be Gravelorded if you're playing offline or if you're hollow, but it's never been clear to me. Anyway, if you get Gravelorded, Black Phantom versions of enemies will spawn, and that's a nightmare. So, what you basically have to do is find the summon sign of the Gravelord servant, and then you invade their world and try to kill them. And in doing so, the curse of the Gravelord servant breaks, and then your world returns to normal. It's a really cool mechanic. Yeah, I thought it was really, really neat. They tried to do it again in Dark Souls 2 with the Royal Rat Authority Covenant, but I didn't like the way that worked. Let's see what Gough has to say now that we've killed Kalameet.
Why? Thou hast defeated Kalameet. Wondrously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon thee. That beast will never take to the skies again. Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly, but for every one of them, we lost 70 of our own. Exhilaration, pride, hatred, rage. The dragons teased out our dearest emotions. Thou will understand one day. At thy twilight, old thoughts return in great waves of nostalgia.
Okay, so that is Hawkeye Gough's sort of final... Oh, actually, he talks more. Sorry.
This Greatbow, I shan't need it, but no dragons to hunt. I know not if a human could even operate it. But here, thy need outweighs mine.
There you go. Gough's Greatbow. I totally forgot about that interaction.
I suspect thou hast taken a gander at it, but the dark of the abyss, which swallowed poor Artorias, threatens to devour our entire land of Ulyssil. It seems that this dire fate is unavoidable, but seduced by a dark serpent or no, they awoke that thing themselves and drove it mad. One's demise is always one's own making. Now, do not mistake my words. I cherish my work. Wood carving is a nuanced art. I would have much to talk about with that blacksmith. In truth, how is the old chap, I wonder? Still hammering away, I should hope. No.
Okay, that is it for Hawkeye Gough's dialogue there. Now that we have bested Kalameet and done all that, and we have also defeated Manus, I want to do one other thing. This is really just purely lore at this point. This has no bearing on the walkthrough, so if you don't wish to continue watching, this is it. I won't be doing any more boss strategy for this part of the walkthrough, I should say. The next part is the final part, where we go after Gwyn. But before we do that, in that walkthrough, I'm going to go on a killing spree, and I'm going to kill all the NPCs in the game, because that gives you some unique treasure. What I want to do now, though, is I want to warp to the Undead Parish, and I want to go speak with Dusk again, because I'm pretty sure she has new dialogue for us. So in case you have forgotten how to do that, I'll show you how to get there. Basically, just going to go back to the Hydra Basin, or the Hydra Pool, I should say, and then she'll have a summon sign there. I'm going to repair my weapon, though. Okay, I'm going to walk through here. I find the DLC to, honest to God, be one of the best DLCs ever made. I mean, Dark Souls 1 is... I know I've been gushing about it for all 20 million parts of this walkthrough, but it really is a special game. And they set up the DLC so nicely. You know, Artorias is referred to throughout the game. You fight Grey Wolf Sif at Artorias' grave site. Alvina talks about Artorias a lot, and they talk about the Abyss and how it consumed him and how he walked on the Abyss, and you fight the 4 kings in the Abyss. Like, it really feels like, not that it was necessarily meant to be part of the game, but, and you know, and it was cut or something, but it really feels like it belongs in the game. It doesn't feel tacked on. It feels like a natural progression of the story, and something that was alluded to a lot. You know, they allude to a lot of things in this game. They allude to, you know, Anor Londo being a big city that was thriving, but it never is. You never see anybody there. So, you know, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I just find the DLC of Dark Souls 1 to be just incredible. You know, the boss fights are great, and everything about it is just really good. We're going to kill these crystal golems, and we're just trying to get back to Princess Dusk here. Because now that we have saved her... you don't have to kill Kalameet for this, but now that we have saved her, her summon sign reappears right there. So let's just kill these crystal golems really fast. One more over here. I do find it interesting that there are crystal golems here, because this area doesn't really have much to do with Seat the Scaleless, at least that I remember. Anyway, let's go ahead and summon Dusk really fast. Talk to her again.
I am Dusk of Ulisil. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thy wishes. My home of Ulisil was reduced to ashes long ago in my time. I have been alone ever since, but to be summoned thus, and to be of service to thee, it is most rewarding. Oh, forgive me. Such a long past time is none of thine concern. This may strike thine ear as somewhat peculiar, but long ago, in my homeland of Ulisil, I was beset by a creature from the abyss. I would have perished then, were it not for the great knight Artorius. In truth, I saw little of what transpired, for mine senses were already fled, but even still, there was something about Artorius, a certain balance of the humors that quite perfectly fits your semblance. Heavens, could it be that... Oh, dear me, that was Ulisil, many centuries ago. Please excuse my fanciful musings.
So, Dusk sort of has a hinting that we may have been responsible for her rescue. But that will do it for this section of the walkthrough. In the next part, I actually just remembered, we never killed the optional boss in Enerlando, so we got to go do that. So that'll be next time, and then I guess the time after that we'll go on the killing spree. But that's it for this part. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Dark Souls Remastered, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.